Hello everyone, this is Ashish Sani from Innovate Yourself. Welcome back to my channel. Once again, I am back with a very interesting topic for you guys to learn and understand for the Internet of Things. Plus this time, I'm also going to show you, and in fact, I'm going to introduce one very interesting concept that you must have learned in my previous videos. And that concept is augmented reality. So in short, in today's session, I'm going to show you that how you can control the home appliances with the Internet of Things plus the augmented reality. So this is all that I'm gonna show you today, and also I will be showing you how you will be doing everything from the scratch, plus how you will be building your own application so that you can get your application ready so that you can use it to control the home appliances, whether that is fan, whether that is light, whether that is AC, whether that is some other home appliances. So in short, whatever you have at your home place, everything can be controlled with the augmented reality plus the Internet of Things. So that's all that I will be showing you in today's session. Now let's straightforward go to the project and let's understand that how you're going to control the home appliances using augmented reality. So let's get started. So now let's start by creating the Blink application for first, so that we can control our appliances with that Blink application first of all. And later on we will be connecting that part to the augmented reality so that we can connect it to the home appliances and to control them with the augmented reality app. So for that, first of all, just open Blink application and go to new project. Here just give it a name, let's say AR IoT. Select the device which you are using. In my case, currently I am using ESP8266, so that's why I will click on that. Or let's say I am using Node MCU, so that's why I am selecting this. And the connection type will be Wi-Fi, so that's the reason I am leaving it like this. Theme, it's up to you. You can select whether dark or light. So now just click on create. Now when you will click on create, it will send you the OAuth token to the email ID which you have registered here on the Blink application. So now you have to go there and to get the API token and to add it to the project. So this is how you have to do it. Now click on OK. Now here let's start by adding the button. Now click on this and go in here and let's say click on button. Click on this, give it a name. In my case, I'm going to control the light of my room, so that's why I'm selecting light. Now go in here and select the virtual pin, and right now I'm going to use a virtual pin as V2, so just click on that and click OK and set the mode as switch. So I will be using it as a switch. Now in here you can write the labeling as per that. Let's say on, off or on, right? So it's already there, so you don't have to write it. So if you want to write, you can write the messages accordingly, so that whenever you will click on that button, according to that button, whatever is the state, it will display that message. So this is how it's gonna work. And now it's done. Now go back. Now everything is set up. Now the next thing is you have to write the program. So let's go to that. Now let's start writing the code that is required for your application, or let's say your AR application, to control the home appliances. So let's do the first step, through which we will be simply creating a first application for the augmented reality so that we can control the home appliances. So as I said in the beginning that there are two parts. One is the IoT, second one is the augmented reality. So the first one is IoT, which we are going to make work through the Blink application. So we will be first of all making that part, and after that part is done, we will be connecting that part to the Unity software. So we will be using the Unity software to create the augmented reality application, and that application we will be connecting in here. Now let's do one thing. Let's start with the first process so that we can create our application, or let's say we can create our connectivity through the Blink application for the home appliances. So let's first do that, and let's start writing the code for it. So as you can see in here that I have the code opened with me, and in this code you can see everything is already set up, and here you can see I'm using this Blink right over here, through which I am simply turning on and off the relay. So I already have the device with me, I already have everything set up with me, so I'm just gonna do that step. And for that you can see digital write pin number 5. So I'm using the pin number 5, which is GPIO 5 pin, and I'm just turning it on and off based on the button that I have added to the Blink application which we have just created. So this is what I'm gonna do, and for that you must have got an API token when you have created the application, or let's say when you have created the app on that, or let's say the project on your Blink application. For that, first of all, go to the browser, and in here you can see auth token. Just copy it, go back and paste it here, and here just pass the SSID and password for that. So this is the SSID and this is the password. I have entered it over here, and accordingly everything is set up. Now the next thing is that you have to upload the code, because all the code is already there with me, so I don't have to write everything from the scratch. So I just need to upload the code to the Node MCU so that we can further start with it. So for that, first of all, just go to tools, and in here select the board which you are using, and over here just connect the Node MCU to your system, and then just click on the uploading button. So let me just do it for you. Alright, so can you see the port is showing over here just because I have connected the Node MCU to the system. Now what next you can do is you can simply start clicking on the upload button over here, and then start uploading it. So just click on it and let's start uploading it. By the time the code is uploading, don't forget to hit the like button, and if you are new to our channel and if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, do click on the subscribe button so that you do not miss any videos from our channel, so that it will motivate us as well. So it's all about that. So let's go back. Alright, so the code is uploaded. Now we can go ahead and we can test the application, that whether the Blink application is able to control the home appliances or no. So let's check that. So can you see the circuit is complete over here, and here this is a relay which we have connected to the home switches. And over here right now I'm using a charger which I have directly connected to the Node MCU, which is this one, the black one, and the Node MCU is connected to the relay. So with this circuit we are going to control the home appliances, and that will be the light of your room. So this is all about it. Now let's see how we're going to control it. Alright, so now the Blink application is ready, and in fact we have uploaded the code as well. So now we can click on the Blink application and we can start testing it. So right now let me start the application. So right now can you see the light is completely turned off. Now when I will click on the button, you will see the light is turned off. Now when I will click it again, you will see the light is on. So in this way we will be controlling the home application, and in fact we can say the home appliances through the Blink application. Now let's see further how we can do it on the AR application as well. Alright, so have you seen right now we were controlling the home appliances, in fact you can say the light of your room through the Blink application right now. Now let's do one thing, let's understand first of all how we are gonna connect this part, or let's say how we are gonna connect this home appliances which is light right now to the AR application, because currently whatever we have did, that is done on the Blink application. Now the next step is that we have to link this step, or let's say we have to link this device to the AR application that we will be creating on the Unity. So to understand that, or let's say to connect that part, right now we will be using the first concept, that is to connect the application, or let's say to connect the device to the AR application through the API. So for that we are having one format in which we will be simply connecting our application, or let's say in which we will be simply connecting our AR application to the device through the API. And what is that API? Or let's say, let me show you what is the format for that first of all. So right now, can you see this is a API, simple API which I am having right now, and in there I have marked few positions, first one is API token, second one is virtual pin, and third one is the value. So in this way I have this API, and in this API what I will be doing is I will be simply linking, or let's say I will be simply updating the values, and based on that when I will be hitting a get request on this API, then I will be getting the changes in the device, or let's say the light will get turned on or the light will get turned off. So this is how it's gonna work. So let me show you the demonstration for that. For that, right now let me replace the value of API token first of all. So this is the API token, just copy it right now, paste it here. Do the same thing for virtual pin. Right now we are using V2, and here the value will be either 0 or 1. So right now either we are sending 0 or we are sending 1. Right now as you can see, the light is turned on. So let me just turn it off. So right now 0 means turn it on, 1 means turn it off, right? So let me do it that. So right now I'm gonna copy this and now go to the browser, and this is a new tab. Let me type it here and run it. Can you see? Light is gone. Now let's change the value from 1 to 0 and run it. Can you see? In this way, your application, or let's say your device will be connected, or let's say your device will be controlled with respect to the API. Now we have this API. Now further, the next step is that now we will be creating another application through the AR, or let's say through the Unity, in which we will be creating our first AR application for controlling a home automation. So that we will be creating right now, and in there only we will be using the same URL, or let's say we will be using the same API which we have just created. So what will happen when you will click the button onto the AR application, your devices will be controlled in that way. So now this is all about controlling your home appliances with the Blink application. Now let's straightforward go to the next step, which is connecting your home appliances to the Unity application, let's say to the AR application that you will be creating to the Unity, so that you can get the final application, or let's say you can cover the final agenda for today. So let's see that.
So hello everyone, this is Akash Prasad from Innovate Yourself. So as you know, this project is on the two part. One is the IoT part and another one is the AR part. So basically up to this you have finished the IoT part. Now let's discuss the AR part. So here basically we just going to create an AR app. Through that app we just going to control our home appliances. So let's get started. So now just click on this Unity Hub software. And here I just create a new project. So I just click on new, provide a name, AR app, and just click on create. So if you are new on Unity and you don't know how to download this software, so I have already created one video where I have told you how to download a software and how to install a Unity and AR camera. So you just go and watch that video. I will provide that video in a I button. Once your project has opened, we just need to import a Vuforia SDK file. So for that, I just click on this browser and type here Vuforia. Just enter into the Vuforia developer portal, log in here, go into the download. You will see it's written here, add Vuforia engine to Unity project or upgrade to the latest version. So you have to download this file and import this file inside Unity. I have already downloaded this file. I'm not going to download it again. I'm going to import this file. So I just enter into my Unity software. I just click on asset, go into the import package, click on custom package, and I just open the folder where I have stored that Vuforia file. So you'll see this is the Vuforia SDK file. So I just click over it and click on open. Just click on all and again click on import. Just click on update. Once your file has imported successfully, just click on this plus button. You will see the Vuforia engine has available here. Now we need an AR camera. So first of all, we just click over AR camera to add it inside the hierarchy, and we just delete this main camera because we no need a main camera here. Once the AR camera has imported, you just click on the AR camera, go into the inspector panel, scroll down, you will see it's written here open Vuforia engine configuration. So just open it, scroll up, you will see we need a app license key. So now we're just going to generate this key. So for that, again we just enter into the browser, Vuforia developer portal. Now this time you will see it's written here develop. So just click over it. And now I'm going to create a new development key. So for that, I just click on get development key, provide a name here, just check this button and just click on confirm. So just provide a name AAA, just click on confirm. You will see I will get a license key here. So I just copy this license key, again going inside the Unity, and paste this key here and press Ctrl S. Okay, now again we just go into the Vuforia developer portal. Now you will see just it's written here license manager, and next to the license manager is written here target manager. Just click on the target manager. Here we just going to upload one image target and then download that database of that image target inside the Unity. So for that I just click on add database, provide a name. So I'll provide a name AAA again. Just click on create. Again just click on AAA and you will see it's written here add target. So I just click on add target. Just click on browse. Now I am going to use image target as a marker. So I just click over it and click on open. I will provide it's a brick 5 and change its name to image and just click on add. Once I done with this, you will see it's provide me a rating of 5. Now I just select this image and download our database. Click on Unity editor and again click on download. If you want to understand this thing like why we have provided a 5 rating and why we are importing this all, so just go inside our playlist and you will see we have already uploaded a few videos where you can understand this thing in a detail. Okay, click on this plus button, Vuforia engine, and this time I just select this image target. Okay, and once the image target is attached here, now again go into the inspector panel. You will see it written here type. Right now it is from image. Now I'm changing it from image to from database. Again inside the database I will provide it AAA and you will see my image has appeared here. Okay, now just move it toward my side little bit. Now I just right click in a image target, go into the 3D object and select a plane. Okay, I want my plane to be the perpendicular to my image target. So what I'm going to do, again I just click on this plane, go into the inspector panel. You'll see it's written here rotation. Change the value of Z minus 90. So now you see my plane has appeared perpendicular to my image target. So I just select the move tool and move it little bit back. Now again I select the plane, right click over it. This time I go inside the UI and select our button. Now I just select this canvas, go inside the inspector panel, and right now it is on render mode screen space. So I just change it from screen space to world space, and you will see it asks me about the event camera. So I just select the AR camera and drag it here. Okay, so let me tell you the difference between why I just change it from screen space to the world space. If I again click on a screen space and if I want to reduce the size of my canvas, it is not possible. You will see I can't reduce the size of my canvas. Okay, but if I again change it from screen space to world space, I can easily reduce the size of my canvas. See, okay, so that's why I did this, and again I just select it and reduce its size more, a little bit more, and now I'm going to fit this canvas to my plane. You will see my plane is here and my canvas is here. So now I just, if I click on a plane, you will see the position of my plane is x 2.00 y0 z0, but the position of canvas is not at 0 0. So I just change it xy position to 0 0 and 0. Again I just click over it. Now you will see my plane and my canvas is both at the same point. So I just select the move tool and adjust my canvas to my plane. Select the 2D tool and reduce the size. Now you will see right now there is a one button already appear. So I just move this button little bit upward, and here I just select the button again and press Ctrl D to duplicate it and move it down. Then you will see got two buttons because we need a two button, one for on and one for off. Now again at this time I select the plane, select the move tool and move it little bit upward. Okay, and again I just select the button and adjust it down and little bit more, increase the size of this button. Now you see, if I drop down here, you see it's written here tax. Just click on a tax and go inside the inspector panel. You see it's written here button. So I just change this button to light on, and I'm going to do same with the second button. So I just select it, click on text, again go inside the inspector panel and change this button text to light off. Okay, now again I select the button. This time I just select this rotation tool and rotate it towards y axis. Okay, again I select the text of the button 2, and again I just select the move tool, and this time again I select the y axis and move it. Now I'm going to create a Seesaw script and attach that script to the button. So for creating a script, I just right click on create, and again just click on Seesaw script, and I will provide it a name control button. Okay, so I just double click over it to open it. So this is a script which I'm going to use. Now again I just press Ctrl S, go inside the Unity. Now I just select this script and drag it on a button, and again select this script and drag it on a button, second button. Okay, if I click on a button, go inside the inspector panel, scroll down, you will see the control button script has been appear here, and you will see here it's written here URL. So if you remember, if I click on a script, you will see we have written there public string URL. So I make URL public, so that's make me flexibility, so that I will provide a URL even inside the Unity. Otherwise, what I have to do, I have to go again inside the programming editor and paste that URL, and again press Ctrl S and save, and then again come inside the Unity. Okay, now I have to do two more thing here. First I just click function. I just click on this plus button and select this button and drag it inside the none object. Again just drop down this no function area, go inside the control button and click on open. Okay, and I have to provide a URL here, and now I just select this URL. Okay, and again go inside the Unity and click on and paste it here. Okay, again I just change the value from 0 to 1. In my case, the 1 is for off and 0 is for on. So I just again select this Blink app URL, Control C, again go inside the Unity, and this time I just click on the second button. Again I will provide this URL inside the second button URL block. So I just provide it here, and I will do same second button also. I just click on this plus button and drag this second button over in here none object, click on no function area, click on control button, and again click on open. Okay, so I have done with this button. Now I'm just going to provide few texture to our plane. So for that I just right click in a asset, click on create, and just click on material. Okay, once I have created the material, I just click on the inspector panel, just click over here, select the color to paste it, and after that I just select this material and drag it in a plane. Now you will see my plane color has changed now. Now my project has ready. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create an app and use that app inside our Android phone and control the light. So for creating an app, I just click on this file, click on this build setting. After that I just click on this Android. Right now my Unity is under PC, Mac and Linux standalone. Now I want my Unity to switch from PC to Android. So I just click on this Android and just click on switch platform. Okay, once your Unity logo has switched from PC, Mac, Linux standalone to Android, it means your Unity has switched up to Android. Okay, now I just click on this add open scene to add this scene into a app. Okay, after that I just click on this player setting. You will see it's written here company name default company. So I just change this to default company to innovate yourself. Okay. Now I'll scroll down and you will see inside the other setting. So it's written here graphic API. So there are two APIs are available. One is a Vulkan and another is a OpenGL. So I just click on Vulkan and just click on minus. Now I have done with all the settings. So I just come out of this and just click on build to build an app. So just click on desktop and just save it with the name of AR demo and just click on save.
Alright, so now the application, or in fact you can say the AR application is ready. Now you can see the icon over here. I have already installed it. Now let's click on the icon. Now you can see the Unity application is open. Can you see? Right now I have used this neural network book as the marker over here, and on that marker we are having this complete screen which is AR home automation, and in that we have two buttons. One is light on and the second one is light off. Now with this application, now I will be controlling this light. Can you see this light? So this is what we are gonna do right now. So let me do one thing. Let me click on light off. Can you see? Light is turned off. Light is turned off. Now let's go back and you can see. Now let's turn it on. The light is again turned on. So in this way, we can control the home appliances with the augmented reality application. So this is all about it. I hope now everything is clear to you. So finally we have reached the end of this video, and I hope now you have understood that how you can perform the augmented reality along with the IoT, or you can say controlling the home appliances with the augmented reality. So that is all that we have learned in the today's session. I hope everything is clear to you, but still if you are facing any difficulties in understanding any of the topic, either for the IoT or for the augmented reality or related to the Blink application, feel free to leave a comment below in the comment section. And also, if you are new to our channel and if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, do hit the subscribe button so that you do not miss any videos from our channel. And also you can press the bell icon if you want to get a notification whenever we will upload a new video. And also, if you have liked this video, do click on the like button, and if you want this video to be shared with everyone, do share this so that this video can be spread with everyone. So that's all for today. So till then, bye bye and happy learning. Bye bye.